Welcome back. We're discussing an extraordinary innovation in the oil sector, a product that soaks up oil, spills effortlessly, and allows you to recover the oil, a magic polymer, if you will. We're here with John Brinkman, President and CEO of Imbibitive Technologies, based in Welland, Ontario. John, tell us about some of the markets that you serve and some of the applications that your product has been used in.
Well, we operate in three pillars of our business model in the areas of spill response, the one most people identify with, pollution prevention, and most recently we've gotten more heavily involved in water filtration, water being, of course, the most precious resource that we've got. On the spill side of things, the beads offer a number of distinct advantages over traditional methods for trying to clean up oil spills. We were one of the spec'd products during the Deepwater Horizon. The idea being that the beads would be injected in at the wellhead and would agglomerate the oil into chunks that would float to the surface, could be skimmed off using something as simple as fishing nets, and taken to a refinery, thermally processed, close the environmental loop, Bob's your uncle. On the pollution prevention side, we've taken the performance characteristics of the beads, the fact that they're unaffected by water, spherical in shape, and we've incorporated them into drain protection systems that are designed to allow water to pass through drains on facilities. But the minute contaminant enters that drain, hits the Imbiber beads, they swell, choke off the void space between the spheres, and hermetically seal the leak path.
A stormwater application.
Well, stormwater is a little bit different. It's actually more of a filtration side of things. But in this case, it would be used in military installations, electrical transformer substations, refineries, any place where the risk of a contaminant leaving the facility, getting off property, and causing other environmental damage. So it contains everything on site, reduces the risk and the liabilities. The third pillar is exactly that, the water filtration side. It's stormwater filtration, which city streets, you've got migrant hydrocarbons, enter manholes, vaults, etc. They've got to be removed safely. Processed water used at refineries has to be recycled, again, being eco-conscious in as many applications as possible. And the third area is produced water, which, of course, those people watching who are in the oil and gas sector know that produced water has solvents, and the Imbiber beads offer an alternative method for removing those solvents most cost effectively in comparison. I might also add that the beads are complementary to most of the other technologies that are used for filtration purposes.
Very good. And how do you dispose of the beads once their useful life?
Well, you've got again, another great question. You've got the best of every option. I'm not a proponent of landfill, but we're actually mentioned by name by US EPA in their Code of Federal Regulations that imbibed liquids are no longer available for release. Okay, so they can go into hazardous or secure landfills in the US. A better alternative is to generate energy from waste. So the Imbiber beads will generate a tremendous number of British thermal units, excellent energy content, and very clean burning.
I've always been fascinated by how Europe uses incineration as a disposal technique, but yet in North America we tend not to. Probably a mistake. We probably should be doing that, and more of that, no?
Well, I would tend to agree with you because the incineration systems used in the U.S., well, throughout the world, are 99.9999% effective at removing effluent that might go up the stack. So it's very, very cost effective, very efficient.
Extraordinary. That's a lot of nines. A lot of fuels are colorless. How do you know whether you're picking up the fuel that you want to pick up?
We spent a couple of years addressing that very issue. And we came up with what we call the Imbicator color identification system. So we've added oil-sensitive dye to all of our value-added products, our pillows, packets, booms, so that for operators, whether it's maintenance crews, whether it's spill responders, the dye activates when it's contacted by oils, fuels, and solvents. So it allows those responders and maintenance crews to actually visually identify the efficacy of the Imbiber beads doing their job. It's proved invaluable. Also in things like oil water separators, manholes, vaults that have to be pumped out. You put the pillow down there, it does its business. They look down, can see that it's turned red. End of story.